Hello and welcome to Deep Blue Sea, the podcast. I am Mark Soccernet Hoffmeyer.
And I am Jay Big Unhappy Cluett. And this is Deep Blue Sea, the podcast where we're talking about Deep Blue Sea 3, Chapter 9. What happens in Deep Blue Sea 3, Chapter 9? Well, let me tell you. After Dr. Emma Collins asks Shaw to distract the bull sharks from her mine mission, Shaw rushes back out of the church to use the decapitated body of Earls. He pumps the corpse a few times to get the juices flowing, loots it for explosives before asking Nandy's help to toss the bleeding body into the sea, where it slowly sinks until it is ripped apart by the bull sharks. Emma thanks and apologises to Shaw as she heads off on a secret mission. Alone on the Thassos, I wrote Thanos, Luca... which is, I'm surprised it's not happened before now, to be honest. Lucas powers up the ship and steers it away. Emma resurfaces by Shaw and Nandy and learns that the sharks got Mia and Spin. There's no time to grieve because the trio spot Lucas on deck of the Thassos, brandishing the detonator. He activates it, causing the mine to explode, but he doesn't realise that Emma has very quickly attached it to the Thassos, which sinks faster than any ship has ever sunk in all of history. The two free bull sharks help their captured sibling escape his bonds, and the three begin to swim away from Little Happy. Back in the flooded church, Shaw and Nandy make plans to leave with supplies and Nandy's boat, but Emma convinces them to stay and help her kill the bull sharks. Using Bella's tracker on the underwater drone, they draw the sharks back to the cove, but when the drone gets caught in a net, they lose interest. Shaw swims out to release the drone, but the sharks return before he can get to safety. As two sharks move in, one from each side, Shaw retrieves the explosive rounds from his pocket, and just as they attack, he plunges one into the head of each shark, exploding them and himself in a shower of blood, whilst Emma and Nandy look on in horror. And that's what happens in Deep Blue Sea 3, Chapter 9. Mark, who's joining us to help dissect this chapter?
We have a returning guest who can, basically, probably better than what I can do, match my weird brand of humor, and I'm so glad that she's back. It's Heather Baxendale Walsh.
Hello! Thank you for having me back for Bloodsplosion Shark Time.
Just mist, red mist everywhere.
It's delightful.
It's an action-packed, explosive chapter, and I thought, who's the best person to join us for this action-packed, explosive chapter? It's Heather Baxendale. Who else could do it for this?
That's exactly how, you spun it for me, too. I'm pretty sure you said there's a lot of explosion, sharks, and blood. And yeah. I was like, I don't care what's going on. I'm going to make time. I'm there.
I do wish that Red Shaw shower would have kind of gotten over the other characters, because the mist of him was everywhere.
There was part of me that was wondering if maybe he would kind of come back to life, or the decapitated body would rise. But I think that's because the entire set design reminded me of the video game Dead Island, which is a zombie game.
Wait, what?
On an island.
Really?
Yeah. It's
Is it
pretty
scary?
Great. It's relatively scary.
I can't do those. Yeah,
it's on an island, and it's a resort island, and it's beautiful, except that it's been taken over by zombies, and they have big ones, and you can only have certain tools and things. You have to build your own tools, which I really hate games that make me do that. I'm way too lazy. I love Skyrim. I love lots of RPGs, but man, you start making me make my weapons, and I'm like, I don't have time for this. Just let me pick that. But yeah, the whole set design there reminded me very much so of that, and I kept thinking, please let it be shark zombies or something, which it's not over yet.
There are zombie sharks in other films. But sadly not in this one yet.
Pirates 5, there are zombie sharks.
That's true. Yes, the terrible Pirates 5.
I like the zombie sharks.
Yes, yeah.
I'm all about them.
Sharks in any film, great, welcome, join us. But the rest of the film, no thank you.
What you just said, Heather, reminded me of a Mitch Hedberg joke where he's like, I hate it when I'm dreaming and I gotta work. Like, all of a sudden I'm building a go-kart with my ex-landlord. Like, I don't want to work when I'm dreaming. Like, it's just... He's my hero, like my comedy hero. My gosh, but that joke just reminded me of that.
He's actually my favorite comedian of all time. So
whenever I see escalators, I just laugh. I want to put escalators in my house because if I'm ever in a bad mood, I can just look at them and laugh.
Exactly. Or I don't pull out baked potatoes to bake them. I just set them out sometimes and leave them there. You never know. Put it in the oven. Maybe put it in the oven, maybe not, because you never know. Baked potatoes are hilarious.
I want to see a vending machine that vends vending machines. It would be so literal.
Also dangerous.
Oh God, who builds that? How? Okay, there's 8 rows in a vending machine. 10 rows? Vending machines are like 6 feet high. So this thing is like at least 80 feet to give it room, probably 100 feet high of just vending machines.
So hang on, is the person using this somebody who is like installing vending machines? So they want to go and buy a vending machine to put it somewhere, or do they want something inside one of the vending machines that's inside the big vending machine?
Whoa.
I think they might just be there because they enjoy paying for irony.
Okay, come to England, it's free. Okay.
That's great because at Alamo Drafthouse Cinemas, they have vending machines with Blu-rays, and they're more expensive than if you bought them on Amazon. But since you're buying a Blu-ray from a vending machine in a movie theater, I'd pay more for them. So it's not a great deal.
Sorry
but I'm getting
for the convenience.
Yeah, the immediacy.
It's sorry for the convenience.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
What about, I was going to bring up sharks and vending machines, but I just got to tell you how they really, I don't know if this is the correct word, but they really desiccate a body in this scene.
Like a coconut.
I mean, poor Earl's body is just, it's, have you ever seen anything like this, Heather?
It's the first thing. I'm a really, 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 really big fan of decapitations.
Yes.
So if things are going terribly bad in a film and someone's decapitated, I'll cheer.
Okay,
I don't care what's happened.
So you haven't seen the rest of this film in either direction. If you like decapitations, you 100% have to at least watch the previous chapter, because goddamn.
I'm watching the whole movie. I'm sold just by this entire block. It is fantastic. Yeah. But that's the first thing I see is just his body there, no head. I'm like, oh, this is good.
Yes.
This is great. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate you.
This film didn't start with a decapitated body on Little Happy. That was created recently. There's a reason why Shaw's top used to be all yellow and currently looks like he's wearing a different coloured top. That is not his blood. Well, some of it might be. That is mainly the decapitated guy's blood. This isn't the first time he's been covered in this guy's blood.
By the way, is his name Shaw because that's like an ode to Robert Shaw? Is that a love letter?
Eugene Shaw is his name, but yeah, we feel like Shaw is. It's got to be. I can't be accidental to have a shark movie with somebody called Shaw and it not be an homage to Jaws. Especially like the first film in his franchise had a Jaws number plate in it, so it's on trend.
Good.
And he gets the double. He does the double.
Dude, that was sweet.
I was researching monster movies, and very rarely have we ever seen the double. Deep Blue Sea, no one does the double.
Yeah.
You watch all the Tremors, no one gets the double. This one, Shaw gets I mean, yes, he does blow himself up and becomes Shaw.
He gets the triple.
He gets the double. No, I was thinking about this, and The Shallows, Jaws, it's one shark. So clearly, you can't do the double, but he does the double. This is very rare in a monster film. That's not like The Great Wall with Matt Damon. This is like watching the double in this. It was like Alien. No one does the double.
No, I'm trying to think of a scenario and pull one out of my head right now where I can think of it, and I can't even think of. I'm trying to think of even if Legolas has gotten to it once with an orc, which would be considered a monster.
I think he got. Did he get like 2 through the head with an arrow, or 3?
Yeah.
I'm picturing
one in the head, 2 in the head.
Yeah, I'm picturing like an arrow passing through at least 1, maybe 2 heads, and then into a final one.
And that's still pushing it too. But I can't really think. But this was in like such a way too that I was like, okay, what are you going to do after this? Because this is definitely the apex of the movie right here. It has to be.
Deadpool. Deadpool has like a limited number of shots, and he waits till like guys are lined up and he shoots them with 1 shot. I'm certain that happens.
But these are genetically modified sharks.
Yeah, it's different
in a monster movie.
This is the first time that specific two sharks at a time.
And they're the only people on Earth who can stop them.
Yep.
It was very dramatic.
Okay, she says right now, which technically true. There's like, only people on Earth right now who can do this right now. I was like, yeah, because no one else is it. But okay. But I get what
These things get out there and mate. These sharks are going like, oh yeah. Now, did you think that soccer net was gonna so?
Oh.
I don't know how she steers into the soccer net, but I'm watching this scene. I'm like, okay, there's a soccer net. Shaw is gonna go down there with the drone, so a shark is gonna swim into the soccer net and get stuck. That never happens. I kept thinking that was gonna play out like that, and it didn't. So that's either like Chekhov's soccer goal or a good way to like mess with our expectations of what's gonna happen. But I for certain thought that Shaw was gonna have like a soccer scene with the shark.
I did
Right
too. I was expecting him to bend one like Beckham, and he did not, which it ended up being okay. But I was lingering on that too. I totally was following the carrot that was being dangled there, and who knows, perhaps something else. But yeah, maybe we'll find something that got stuck in the net at some point that is a clue.
Ooh, a leg.
A leg, there you go. You might want to keep that for some purpose. I don't know.
Could
yet.
Shaw have? So earlier in the film, a shark was held hostage with a gun. A gun was pointed at the shark's head.
God.
And two
You're
other
gonna love
sharks.
this film, Heather.
Two other sharks were like, "Whoa, we'll back off. We get it. Like, put the
We understand
Richie,
the
put the gun
situation.
down. Put the gun down." So, if Shaw, do you think Shaw could have been like, "Listen, I have 2 explodey bits here. I'm gonna plug these in you. Like, we're all going."
Yeah, be cool, sharks. Be cool.
Yeah, be cool, shark.
Would he have wanted them to swim away? Because then, if he says, "I've got these explosive sharks, I'll hit you with them," do the sharks then go like, "Oh, let's just turn around and leave"?
Here's the deal. I'm not dying. Seamageddon
Ever?
does not. I'm an immortal.
Okay.
I have to. But I mean, occasionally I have to go lop off somebody's head
Okay, fine.
in a car park, and then I get like loaded with electricity while Queen plays. It's awesome.
Yeah, makes sense.
Seems
But
like
they.
an average Saturday night.
Yeah.
Heather's not joking at the moment. But yeah.
Yeah. One of these days, I think Heather and I are going to have to meet in a sword fight. I'm not looking forward to that. There's still a lot more, though. We can avoid that for probably 3 more centuries.
My
Oh,
money is
yeah,
easily on
absolutely.
Heather in that scenario. I'm sorry, Mark.
There really can only be one, but there's no timeline for that.
Eventually,
She kept
that can be the only one.
stealing my kills too. Like I was getting old for a while, then I had to go find some easier prey. It was tough. One time she pulled the double, and I was like, "Oh, come on!"
Now, listeners,
But
if you
it's,
haven't seen Highlander, you may be a little lost.
Wait, Highland? What's that movie?
Okay.
I've never seen Highlander.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Wait, can you tell?
Wonderful.
Wait, is there a movie based on our lives?
No, not at all. It's
I knew
don't
I
worry
was
about it.
famous.
Yeah.
I knew it.
I used to be what was it? A Spaniard, but then I moved to Scotland. Then I moved to New York.
You used to be an
Got it all
Egyptian, I think you mean. Egyptian. He's
I've been told I look exactly like Christopher Lambert.
not
So
by me,
many
you haven't.
times that it's starting to get kind of embarrassing.
Do you wear Converse while sword fighting?
Actually, I'm going to answer this honestly. I do, and I have.
Nice. I figured. You don't want to wear loafers while fighting another immortal. Loafers, it's kind of tough because you want to look fashionable when you're out. But if you get cornered by another immortal and you are in uncomfortable gear, I always wear tracksuits and people make fun of me.
Well, people are wrong. You're definitely onto something that I have a pet peeve about in general. It's people who wear the wrong shoes to certain events. In video games, I see my husband plays Grand Theft Auto 5 a lot, and he plays as Michael, and Michael is always wearing sandals while he's on motorcycles, and it's very upsetting. And I'm like, that never happens in real life. And then 2 weeks ago, I saw a man in khaki shorts and probably a Hawaiian-esque type shirt with flamingos on them, paint a picture of what his hair probably looks like, because he had no helmet on, and he had on sandals. And I thought, well, I don't know if that's the game was imitating life or it was the life imitating the game. But that's not wise. You have to wear the appropriate attire for certain events. And in sword fighting, you can't wear loafers.
Never. And I love that Lululemon has released these pants that look like dress pants, but they're actually athletic gear. Those have saved my life in about 6 sword fights. Leave a meeting
Absolutely.
feeling comfortable, like I'm not stuck in